What up, Marcel?
Yo.
Shout out to Tommy Sheridan, founder of Hip Hop DX, and we're going to be talking about hip hop industry, talking to people in the space. We'll have reoccurring guests consistently. Some people might only show up once, but that's probably because they're busy, and there's a lot of busy people in this industry. There's a lot of noise that comes our way, and I kind of want you guys to understand all that potential noise so you know how to filter it and how to get to us the information that you need so we can process it and figure out if we can or cannot help you, and the people who are sitting at this table can or cannot help you. So one thing that I kind of wanted to go over was we talked a lot about radio promo. We were having a discussion yesterday about radio promo, so I kind of want to just dive into that, and let's just dive deep right away. We'll give the users kind of we'll give them value like right away in this conversation.
Okay.
So we were talking about radio promo yesterday, and one thing we were really diving into was we were talking about Macklemore and Chance the Rapper.
Right.
So Chance, who are they using to do their to do their radio promotion?
I don't remember his name off top, but a lot of Chance's team, they're taking from people who used to work at doing different things with different labels.
Okay.
A lot of radio promo guys, they get older and then they kind of retire from the label stuff, and they do their own independent radio promotions.
Okay.
So they find people like Chance the Rapper and different people who have the money to pay them to go out and hit the radio stations hard.
So Chance didn't go to a major to...
He didn't go to a major per se, but he went to
Major.
the people that worked for the majors.
Okay. Macklemore, though, on the other hand, did go to use a major.
Macklemore's interesting because Macklemore went through ADA, which is an aggregator that's owned by Warner.
Okay.
By Warner, and he went
ADA
to
is Warner. I thought it was Sony.
no.
Okay.
No.
All right, ADA.
Yeah, I believe ADA.
Oh no, Sony's Red.
Yeah, Sony is Red, and then Warner has ADA. I believe they have Caroline.
Yeah.
They have I think they have another one as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then Sony has. It's not Ingrooves, it's another one. Sony has Red, and they have another aggregator they go through as well.
Ingrooves is Universal's now.
Yeah, you're right.
It used to be Fontana. So
Yeah.
let's, for the people who really know nothing about what we're talking about, just because I think it's really, really important to break this down a little bit deeper. You guys are coming out with music, you guys are coming out with singles. One of the things that's the most important, we were talking about radio airplay and how radio airplay is still what is moving the needle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We were talking about the fact that without radio airplay, that music isn't going to, I'll use a business term, scale, which means that it's not going to go from 0 to 2,000 in a short amount of time.
Right.
And we're not talking about days, we're still talking about weeks and potentially a month or two. Yeah, the internet's fast. Music gets moved around really quickly. Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma having had a beef last weekend, that's going to move quickly.
Yeah, we're already pretty much moved on.
The distribution system is set for something like that. It is not set for your music. So how do you get it out there? Well, you got these radio promo guys. One thing I just want to actually really make clear as we're diving deep into this is that I'm not telling you guys to go get a radio promo guy. I'm telling you about what a radio promo guy does. As we learn or go on this journey together, at some point I will start changing my tone and going from, hey, this is what this is about, to this is what you need, and I'll let you guys ask questions, put comments, and this is what you need depending on your situation. Every situation is different. And you might not need a radio promo guide yet. You need to maybe do a couple shows in your local market. You maybe, what else would they
But doing shows in your local market is always important.
Okay.
You have to build your brand where you are, especially if your goal is to get signed to a major. I've heard it from a lot. I've heard it from this Monday from Ian Cripps, who's A&R at Atlantic Records, who signed Drown, for example. Labels are good at taking the foundation that you've already built and just throwing gas on the fire. Like, you light the fire, and the labels are amazing at throwing gas on the fire and making that fire visible.
Okay.
But if you haven't figured out how to create fire yet, then there's nothing, unfortunately, that the labels right now will do for you. So local shows, building that buzz up, you have to get that buzz up. You have to get the buzz up. You have to hit the blog sites, hit the site, get your music everywhere that your fans are. Get your fans involved, fan videos, anything that you can think of to move that needle to get the label's attention is what you need to do.
Okay. Marcel is one of the contributors of Hip Hop DX. He's publishing reviews, he's publishing editorials. Once in a while he might get dirty in the news section. He's on our DX Lives.
Yes, sir. Every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When we listen to your music, give you our feedback.
The energy is amazing on those. And again, it's another chance for us to give back to you because we know that the more feedback you guys can get, the more you learn, the more you guys are going to get better. So tune in on Facebook Live. Against 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock or 3:30?
3 o'clock. It depends on if we have the guests come in, but 3 o'clock Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So subscribe to the Hip Hop DX Facebook page and you will get an alert when we go live, and then you can get your music ready, throw it in the comments, and then we'll listen to them.
Yes, sir.
So going back to radio promo, so because you sparked this idea with me, I want to actually call one of my friends at Interscope, buys one. I'll have him on this show just to talk about what radio promo is and how to go about it, and we'll get really, really deep into details. But just kind of tell us a little bit more about when you think is the right time for radio promo.
I think it's different per artist. First, you have to have the right song. Everyone likes to think that my songs can be played on radio, they can be done this, and a lot of the cases that's not the case. So before you waste your time and money in trying to get your songs onto radio, you need to develop the right song. You need to make sure you have all the elements that radio look for your demographic. Make sure the beat is right. Make sure you have the correct format and verse and hook and bridge. Things that attract radio listeners. So you have to make sure you have those technical aspects covered. And then from there, you can go and you can meet different people, try to find the right radio promo guy. You want a radio promo guy that will tell you no, your shit sucks. Because their reputation is on the line just as much as your music is. Right. So if you have a radio promo guy who takes everything, trust that those radio stations know. Because there's only a small market of people that do this. So they know who takes whatever and to push just for the money, and they know who does it for credibility. And they know this, so you have to make sure you have the right radio guy. But that you need a hit song first.
Or even a song that's decent, because the market's not going to play it. These guys' jobs are on the line, right? At the radio station. If they put something that isn't performing or that isn't of interest to the audience, they're going to get looked at a little bit funny. Yeah. If they do it 2 or 3 times, there's going to be a lot of questions going around in these radio stations about what is this programmer doing, or what is this DJ doing, And so everyone has jobs, everyone's trying to be successful in their own right. So you got to remember that when you're approaching these guys.
Yeah, and then you also have to remember you just can't walk into your local radio station with your single or your it's not the 30s when you can just walk in with a vinyl and $100 and they spend it. For example, markets like Detroit, Chicago, their program director 9 times out of 10 is based in Atlanta. So the person that's programming those stations doesn't even live in that market. So you're not going to be able to walk into your local iHeart station in your town most of the time and reach a program director that has the ability to play your music. Those people are based in Atlanta for hip hop stations, and then they still have their bosses they have to answer to. They have to take those records to their bosses, and their bosses make that decision within like a group conference call. Okay, we're going to test this marketing, test this track in Vegas, here and here, and what they call indicator stations.
Right. Before
that track spreads out. If you don't do well in indicator stations, then it's just going to pull it.
Got it. Well, that's some good information. Marcel, I appreciate you being on the
all the time. Not a problem.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is the place that we're going to sit here and start breaking open opening the book of the hip-hop music industry, seeing what's under the covers. Might ruffle a few feathers, that's okay. We want to give you guys the secrets and let you guys succeed on your own. Anything I can do to help, hit me up in the comments section. Twitter @Mr. Cherian, Instagram @Mr. Cherian, Cherian. Subscribe to this channel. Talk to you guys soon.